What's up, everybody? We're back again. It's the Dad Bod Golf Pod, DBGP
Always
in,
stroking.
in the house, episode 41. Kyle, Nate, Ben with another awesome looking shirt on.
How does your wife feel about that one?
Does your wife like that one, Ben?
She wants nothing but solid shirts, guys. She would
She's not a print gal.
She's not a print
wife.
gal. So yeah, she hasn't. This is not one that she's either in favor of or against, but it's not one of her favorites.
So she's not a
Hopefully
fan.
Ben's. Go ahead.
No,
Let's
she's
hopefully
not.
Kyle's wife is okay with Prince because he is just.
Oh, he's a print guy. Yeah, he's a print guy for sure.
Oh yeah, got my Swannies. I'm Swannies head to toe today, baby. So let's.
I like it.
Let's go. So
check it out. His Swannies S matches his flowers on his shirt. That's awesome, man.
You don't think I'm a color coordination guy? Come on.
No,
man.
I completely knew
Big
you
time.
were. There is no doubt.
I'm a
about
big
it.
time color coordination guy for sure.
Your socks match your belt every time.
Absolutely, for sure. My granddad taught me that
Yes.
back in the day. Yeah. So today is going to be a little bit of a more fun episode. We had lunch the other day and we were talking about weird local golf rules, and because Ben and I had the same experience where we've played these country 9-hole courses or this, that, and the other where power lines may be in play, and you play, and I think the experience we had was you can hit a great shot, and if it hits the power line, it's a free it doesn't count. You basically re-tee and you pretend that didn't happen. And it's like a lot of times, like a power line can knock a lot of the spin off the ball.
Did yours include the pole as well as the line? Because the poles ran through the poles ran through the course, so they also let you, if you hit. So that was a good thing. Like if you sprayed one right on, it was a short par 5, Haleyville Country Club, and then it backs up to a short par 4. And so those power lines, or they run parallel. So those power lines sit in between those two fairways. So they're in play in the edge of the rough. And that's what got me is the way I found out about it was I actually hit the pole and they were like, oh, you get a free shot. And I was like, I thought it was the line. They were like, line, pole, it's all included. And I was like, are you serious? Like I hit a bad shot and I'm getting rewarded for a bad shot.
The poles, go ahead, Ben, or go ahead, Nate.
It's not required. Like if you hit the power line and you got a good result.
No,
you
cannot keep it. Period.
Yeah,
and
you gotta.
I hit some. Yeah, and like I said, the line can take a lot of spin off the ball. So like if it's kind of, you got like a little bit of a cut / big slice like me, you hit that power line and it'll knock a lot of the spin off of it. But if it doesn't matter, it could be in the middle of the fairway, way out there, whatever you want. If it hits the line, it's a re-tee. It doesn't count against you. You just pretend it doesn't count. So the poles the lines that I played, the poles were not in play. Like you would have to literally hit it off the golf course to hit a pole. So I've never seen that, but that's another little.
Isn't that weird? I mean, it ran right in between. There was, Nate, it's funny that you mentioned that because you have to redo it, because I have seen somebody, because one of the poles sits up beside the par 4 green, and I've seen a guy spray it right. It hit the pole and it kicked like back towards the front of the green, and they were like, "No, you got to hit it again." And he hit a worse shot than he did the first time, and he was real upset about it because he was like, because the next time he hit the exact same shot and he missed the pole the next time around, so it basically he was down in the trash.
Nice.
Locally, in the Auburn Opelika area, and they don't have this anymore, but Robert Trent Jones Grand National on the lakeside used to have 0 out of bounds. And a lot of people didn't know that. They would play it from out of town, and now since they're putting houses on it and that kind of stuff, they've completely redone it where now they have white stakes. But at one point in time on both courses, the lake and the link side, there was
hit it.
Yeah, you find it. There was 0 white out of bound markers. And it's funny because people would hit over there and like, oh, I'm going to re-tee. I'm like, no, we're going to go look for it. And they're like, what do you mean look for it? I'm like, there is no OB. Like it's basically, it's a lateral hazard. Like if we don't find it, you don't have to go re-tee. You treat it like a hazard. And
no, you can't do that. Lost ball.
No, that was their local rule. That was what they in order to speed up play, they didn't want all these out of towners going back and driving back to the tee box.
Gotcha.
Which I would never do anyway.
No, I wouldn't do anyway. But that has since changed. So they've nixed it. But that used to be the way they played it.
Another kind of weird local rule that I've never experienced before is, this is sort of a flex, and I apologize, but when I played Kiowa, the ocean course,
That's a big flex.
I played
Nice.
Kiowa, the ocean course,
I hear you,
a couple
Phil.
of years ago, and all the bunkers are considered waste area. So you can ground your club in every bunker, which is kind of different. So you can like take practice swings. They also don't have out of bounds, but it's a lost ball if you can't find it. Have a few hazards, but
I think there are a couple of Pinehurst courses that do the same thing. Just because there's so much sand up there, they consider everything as wasteland.
Even by the green though, like the bunkers by the green, you can ground your club in everywhere. It's kind of weird.
I'll see your flex, and I'll raise you a TPC sawgrass flex.
Oh,
and
nice.
you drive, like all the cart paths are basically bunkers. Like you drive through the bunkers. Now I don't know about the rule, but yeah, you're like, there's hardly any cart paths. There's bunkers lined. There's sand in every single direction at that golf course.
That's cool. That's cool.
Is that a Florida thing, Nate? Because it was that way down at Stream Song too. There were
sand. Yes.
Yeah, there were no.
Yeah, there's a lot of sand in Florida.
No, I'm talking about the sand cart paths. Like there's no cement. There's no gravel. There's no nothing. Like all the cart paths were always like dirt cart paths. And now at Stream Song, you had to play it as it lies. If you ended up on the path, you're playing it. Yeah. You don't get any kind of relief off of it.
It's sand though. I mean, it's just like,
it's
like a hard pan. Yeah. It's like a hard pan. Yeah. So while we're talking,
smart asses. Sand big in Florida. Yeah. For the cart path.
Sand's a big deal in Florida. I don't know if you know that. Not many people.
It's a big deal on the golf course, period.
A lot of sand production out of Florida.
A lot of sand production. Top sand producer possibly in the world.
Between you two and your geography lessons, as well as now your mineral takes of different states. Goodness
between Florida and like the Sahara Desert, there's a lot of sand produced in those two places. So.
Big sand guy. I hear you.
Not so much in Wisconsin.
Not so much
sand up there.
So he doesn't know where that is. He's not real sure.
So we talked about at lunch, if that's the stuff that we've seen, there's got to be some weird local rules, around the country, around the world, this, that, and the other that, would top those. So we just kind of searched it, and Golf Digest actually put out a article called "Some of Our Favorite Offbeat Local Rules," and some of these are absolutely crazy. And I thought we'd just go through them and then have some takes on each individual one. So
these are some good ones.
There's some good ones on here. So the first one is titled "Shot on the Rocks," and apparently at Sky Mountain Golf Course in Hurricane, Utah. It's an interesting name, Hurricane, Utah.
It's never going to see a hurricane, but whatever.
No, yeah, whatever. I don't even know how you come up with that, but they have apparently a lot of volcanic rock around the golf course, and there's a local rule that you can take an extra 15th club and only use it to hit out of the rocks.
Your rock club. They won't give you a drop. They're going to make you play it out of there.
You have to play it out of the rock.
That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. Like, just give them a drop. I mean,
it's because you got people like my dad. Please, Dad, I hope he's not listening to this because he's gonna be so mad with me. He's always carried like a 15th club, and since he is naturally left-handed but plays golf right-handed, it's usually a left-handed like 4-iron that he can punch out from around trees and that kind of thing. And I'm like, Dad, that is so illegal. Like, you can't do that. And he's like, I'm not betting with you. Nobody cares. He carries as many clubs I want. I was like, all right, whatever. So he'd be fine out there. He'd have his left-handed 4-iron that he could hit off the volcanic rock, I guess.
I think I've told this before, but yeah, like talking about dad, my dad has a 2-iron.
Yeah, your dad carries a punch out 2-iron, doesn't he?
With his punch out club. We got wedges out of the bag so we can carry a 2-iron just for we have situational clubs. So
he doesn't carry it as a 15th. He just
it's his 4. He's got 14, but he's gonna have that 2-iron.
Oh, not my dad. He's got his full set, and then he's got that 15th that's in there.
All right, this next one is Bryson's worst nightmare. This is Bryson DeChambeau's worst nightmare. He'll never, ever go play this course in Abbottstown, PA, which I assume
Pennsylvania.
It's called
Dadgummit, Kyle.
Dadgummit. It's called the on course out of bounds. And this is like an aerial out of bounds. And what they do, the reason they do this is to protect. Apparently, there's like fairways literally wrap around greens and tee boxes, and they're cramming holes into this golf course.
It's still stupid. I don't like
it. So they'll have a pole out off of the fairway, a pole, like a 200 or so yards out off the fairway. And if the hole may be a dog leg right, but if you hit the ball, if you try to cut a corner and you go outside of that pole, it's out of bounds. No matter if you draw it back into play, you fly all the way through and get to the fairway. In other words, they're forcing you to have to play like layups, like play out and then play back. That is a pretty
I hate
intense. That is the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
That's by far the dumbest rule.
Put a net up. Put a net by the green. I've played courses like that. Atmore Country Club, they got tee boxes like you gotta call. They've got tee boxes that are literally in the fairway. Like you have to like wait. You can't even get on the tee box. You got to like look back and let people play through. Boo Weekly, he's played that course 1,000 times. He knows what I'm talking about.
They got the bell. They got the bell up there on the other side of the dog leg that you got to ring the bell when you go around.
I've seen holes like that. There's a hole my dad plays at a course in Fairhope, Alabama, Quail Creek, and it's a dog leg left, but you can fly it over the neighborhood and drive the green. So they have like the triangle ringer thing. Like when you get off the green, you ring it, and that lets them know they're off the green, and then you can go. So it's
time for lunch.
Aerial in course out of bounds.
That's stupid.
What if you've got a tight match going, like,
and you got to make it happen.
And it maybe it barely, like, you can't tell. Like, how can you definitively tell if a golf ball going 100 miles an hour is to the left or right of a flagpole? I mean, I don't know if it's always going to be very obvious.
Listen, is it faux pas? Let's just say the three of us and another guy, we get a foursome and we're playing that course, and you got that instant, like we just decide on number one, that rule does not apply today.
Yeah, the members there are like, no,
like, because how many times have you played on a course and like the members have said, you know, if you play,
we don't put out
but
6-inch putts, by the way.
Yeah, like this is the, you know, this is what the local rule says. We're not doing that today. Like, how many times have you played that a member said, could we do that if we showed up at that course up in Pennsylvania and we're like, you know what, to hell with that pole.
I don't think there's like cops out there that are enforcing, like making you take those penalties. But I mean, I think that's just what they do. They just say, hey, if
the group agrees not to follow that rule, then that way everybody's on the same bet. That's fine. But if you've got groups behind you, and you hear about how they drove the green by going around the pole, and it's like, no, you got to take a 2-shot penalty off. Like, you lost that hole.
So how does that work? If the ball's in the hole and
you got to re-tee.
You got, you got it. You just
like
went OB. You went outside the pole, man.
Yeah. It doesn't matter if you
wherever it went in, I guess.
So all right, Kyle, you hit a sweep and draw. What if you start outside the pole and it comes back inside the pole before it crosses?
It doesn't matter. It's out of bounds. That's what it says. It says it doesn't matter.
I think it's at 200 yards out. Yeah,
that's so dumb.
It says it does not even matter if it comes back into play. So this is Hanover Country Club in Abbottstown, Pennsylvania. That's not fun. That's kind of dumb.
We're not playing there.
Not going to play
Kyle
there.
couldn't find it. It's in Pennsylvania.
Abbottstown,
We're just going to Abbottstown, Pa. The next one, I just feel like is marketing. I don't think it's legit or has ever happened, but it's called What the Elk. And in Alberta, which I assume is in Canada, animals run past golfers as if the course were a shooting arcade. So they're trying, I think this is mostly marketing, but basically Banff Springs, which is the name of the golf course, says that any shot striking an elk or other animal may be replayed without penalty.
PETA is going to have a field day with this.
That doesn't happen.
Because I got
marketing.
I got a buddy, my buddy Andy. He goes to Banff every year. That's like he and his wife took their honeymoon there, and he goes and plays golf there all the time. It's a beautiful place because he always sends pictures. I asked him about that because I'd seen this rule before. He said, I haven't even seen any of those animals on the course. Like it is a total marketing grab because
he's trying to make you think you're out there in rural like Canada and there's bears and elk and everything just running all around you. So they throw that out there. I bet it's on like the front of the scorecard too or something like that.
He was disappointed. He expected to, because I said he goes every year. He's never seen an elk, and he and his wife have been married for like 12 years now, and he's never seen an elk up there. So it's a
maybe he's going at the wrong time. Andy, switch it up. Go to
maybe that's the thing. Maybe he's going. Well, it's in Canada. You got like a window. Like
you don't have a whole lot of
go,
Nate.
You can either play golf in 70-degree weather, or you can see an elk.
Here we go. Here we go with this
Come on.
geography thing. There's only a small window of time that they can play golf there.
Hey, but Kyle, we're proud of you. You nailed that.
Yeah, you
Alberta, I think, is in Canada. Killed it.
There was no abbreviation beside it, so I just went
Love
with it.
Alberta.
Alberta. I'm pretty
Alberta.
sure. I feel. Is that Connecticut? No. I
No,
feel very
yes.
confident in my Alberta location. So I'm going to skip one of them and go to this next one, which is absolutely absurd. It's called Imagination Station, and basically Bogalusa, Louisiana Country Club. Bogalusa Country Club in Louisiana.
I'm very impressed that you got that right.
Has a pretend water hazard. So
It's painted.
They paint lines to make a water hazard because they have a 455-yard dogleg par 5, and they want to quote unquote retain the integrity of the par 5. So they have a painted red line fake water hazard. So I assume you could probably, it's a dog leg. So I bet you can like cut the corner and get it up there really close. And more than likely this is painted in the landing zone.
So does that mean you're not allowed to play out of the fake water hazard because you can play out of the real water hazards?
That's true.
I guess,
Like, is there a
fake 6 feet
You
deep?
just
Like,
can't ground your club. It's the only thing.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. Is it,
You have
is
to
it,
take your pants off to
Yeah,
hit
you
out
have
of
to
it.
roll up your
Your
pants.
shoes, you got to take your shoes and your socks and your pants off and then go hit out of the imaginary lake if you want to hit out of it.
like, that's such a dumb rule. Like, well,
Hey.
you got to imagine it. You got to imagine.
I got an idea, guys.
Yeah.
Let's make it a par 4. How about that? Just make it a par 4. How about that? That's a good idea. Is that it? I mean,
They got to maintain they want to keep it a par 72. It may already be a par 70, and that's the issue they got. Maybe it's a
You didn't want to be a par.
par
60.
69, baby.
Nice.
They didn't want to do that.
nice.
So listen, this is a 9-hole course in Louisiana. I mean, let's get some context, some geographical context here. We've all been to Louisiana, 9-hole course in Louisiana. This could be a kind of place where like there's no starter. Like you maybe just leave $20 in an envelope on the front porch and grab a can of spray paint. Make sure the lake is filled in good.
Hey, they may tell you to do that. Yeah.
That's funny. It does say space is in short supply, so it sounds like they're just kind of cramming some stuff together.
I wonder if they have
Come
fake
on now.
alligators in there too. Unbelievable.
Oh boy,
Imagination Station.
a fake water I've never heard
That's
of
a new
anything
one.
like that. That's a new one. The next one is terrifying. Maybe a little bit of marketing, but it is Arizona, so I could see this possibly being legit. It's called the No Snake Charmer, and it's at Lake Powell National Golf Course in Page, Arizona. Thank you for the 4-letter abbreviation there, because I might would have said Arkansas if it was AR. A casual rattlesnake rule is used as if your ball is within the vicinity of a rattler. You can gather your ball, drop without pin to lead, then presumably swing fast and run like hell. Hey gang, I'm gonna go and tell you, if I get anywhere near a harmless water snake,
You can have it.
it's gonna be a free drop.
It's a free drop.
You don't need you don't need to tell me that that's happening. No matter.
They had
what.
that same rule down in South Florida where they said if you can see your ball, but you don't feel comfortable going near the water to get it, you can get a free drop. Because they had so many snakes
alligators.
snakes and alligators, like they did not want you. I guess the course probably has been sued from somebody either getting bit or eaten or whatever by an alligator or bit by a snake or whatever. But I hit in the edge of a water hazard, and that was what the caddy told us. He was like, if you can see it up there, you can get a free drop, just, no closer to the hole. And I was like, what? And he goes, yeah, we don't want you going digging around in the lakes if at all possible. I was like, all right.
Guys, I got a group text a while back. I'm trying to find it, but I think that happened in Louisiana. A dude was reaching for his ball in the water, and an alligator bit his arm off.
What's his name? Chubb?
No, it was not Chubb. It was not Chubb. It was not Chubb. This is a true. I mean, I think it's a true story. I'll have to look it up, and I'll tweet it out if I can find it. But yeah, dude reaches into a water hazard, and alligator says, "Not today.
Wow.
Not today."
Not today.
Not today. Snatches it right off. All right. So no snake charmer. That's no dice for me. I'm not getting anywhere near it. So This one's kind of funny. I'm skipping the one that's over. Well, no, let's do it. Playful Pachyderm. This is in Victoria Falls, Zimbabwe. My roommate in college was from Zimbabwe when I was at Troy. So I might have to text him and ask him if this is legit. But it is the Elephant Hills Golf Club. This may be also marketing because it's in the name, Elephant Hills Golf Club. It's local rule states that the golfer shall be allowed to return to his ball, which shall be played as it lies, whether or not the animal had trodden thereon.
Trodden thereon.
So in other words, if you hit your ball into, apparently I'm sure they just have wild elephants roaming the golf course. Like they go up to the clubhouse and eat out of their troughs, and then they go through it. Yeah. I'm sure that's what's going on. They got elephants all over the course. If an elephant steps on your ball, you get to place it, like you get to fix it, clean it.
Is it just step on your ball, or if you're in like an elephant track?
Whether or not the animal had trial. No, wait.
You don't get to do anything.
Wait, it says shall be allowed to return his ball. Okay, so I'm sorry, I'm corrected
as it lies.
So it basically is saying that
this is not even written in English.
No, it's the King James Bible.
It's the King James version
rule of golf.
Rule of golf. Shall be allowed to return to his ball, which shall be played as it lies, whether or not the animal had trodden thereon. So basically, if there's a stampede of elephants on number 7, the par 5, you bomb a drive down there and a herd of elephants comes rolling across the fairway, you can run away for, as long as you need until they pass for safety. But if you come back, whether or not the ball had been trodden thereon, you have to play it. How about
thou
that?
must playest as thee lies.
Playest as thou lies.
Yeah.
Shall be allowed to return to his ball. Like, thank goodness you get to come back.
You get to come back
after the
big.
You get to run away,
but guess what? If he has stomped into the dirt, good luck.
Yep.
Good luck. Yeah, that's
they're on.
That is
they're
they're on. So
they're on.
The next one is called, and this one's overseas as well. It's called Waste Not, and this is at England's Royal North Devon, probably because it's over there. Devon, Devon. Is they basically have sheep and horses that kind of roam.
I'm gonna go Devon.
Roam the golf course, and basically, if you hit the ball in a pile of doo-doo, you just have to. Or it says if it lies in or touches heaped or liquid manure, it may be lifted without penalty, cleaned and dropped.
I love how they threw in the liquid
manure. Liquid.
I just got a visual right there.
Okay, yeah. What's the next one?
I'm saying with you, Nate. That was I got a visual right there. I was
like, instead of a mud ball, you got a ball.
There's just in my opinion, that's one of those $4 Pro V1s gone. Like I'm sorry, you just got
reach in there and clean it up. Just reach in there and clean it up. You got to glove on.
That's what you're playing with us for, Kyle. You get to be the designated pull out of the poop ball guy.
Okay, I got you. First stroke, I'll take it. The next one's called the Wrong Kind of Ace, and this is kind of scary. At the Caverns Country Club in Luray, Virginia.
Boom.
Is
this the episode where you redefine everything we thought you knew about geography?
Yeah, I know geography. It's the abbreviations that get me. Okay, some of them don't even make sense. But
y'all gotta watch the YouTube video so you can look up and Kyle pauses right before he says it.
What do you mean they don't make sense? This is the actual abbreviation of what they're supposed to be. What do you mean they don't make sense?
Well, why does it have an A? Like, I know there's a Virginia's at the end of the word. It should be like VI.
It should be VI.
Something. I mean, you should
That's
put
the initials for Virginia, VA.
Yeah, I'll give you that one, guys. Yeah, it should
dumb.
be VI.
It's the first letter and the last letter. Like, we got to have a system in place. Where
Alabama.
That is the system.
No, there's not. It's random. Like, it's not like that for every other state. It's random. Like, there's no set, like, first letter, last letter. It's not like that. Alabama. What's Alabama? AL. That's easy. Okay. So that I'm saying it's different. All right. Now I'm fired up and sweaty in the armpits. Let's keep going. So you got Caverns Country Club, Luray, Virginia, dumb abbreviation. The opening to a cave is located in the middle of the par 5 first hole. There is a freaking cave, a Virginia coal miner cave in the middle of the par
Listen,
5.
You
first
guys have
hole.
got that on number 10 over on the right.
Just for a little while.
The
Number 10.
The
sinkhole.
sinkhole. Yeah.
Yeah.
We've got gates around it.
Yeah, there's gates around it.
It's all good.
If your ball goes into the
There
hole,
ain't no local rule though, Ben. You hit it in there, you better jump on down there.
you're playing.
Yeah, you got to
you're
go play
playing
it.
as it lies. As it lies.
But you can't get there from the orange tees though.
Yeah,
No,
we got
probably not.
repelling equipment. We got repelling equipment. So if your ball goes into the hole, you don't get a free round, but you do get to use a new ball and take a free drop without penalty. Does that really? I mean, duh. I mean, is that really like a? I mean, that kind of goes without saying.
Yeah.
Use
Anyway,
a new
so-
ball.
Yeah, some of these are like obvious things. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, like the hitting in the poop. Do we really have guys out there trying to like punch that out? Like, is that
Playing it
something that
down.
you're like? Is that something that they've had people do? So they're like, we got to make a rule about it.
I'm never playing it down out of dung, guys.
Yeah.
Never doing that. Never doing that. So the next
Joe hit
one,
it in a pile of crap. He decided to play it out. We got to make a rule.
Yeah.
No more hitting it out of the crap.
the better half. Okay. At historic Oakhurst Links in West Virginia,
They had to spell it out for Kyle.
where golfers play and
that'd be
dress as in the Hickory shaft era. So I guess if you go play this course, you got to have your hickories and you got to be, dressed up. I got the hat already, but you got to be dressed sort of like back in the past.
I got it. I got that outfit.
I've seen pictures.
you
A
do.
local rule covers what happens if your gutta percha ball breaks apart during play. So in other words,
Oh, they don't even
playing-
let you play the
playing
real
with
ball.
old school balls too. If you break your ball, you must hole out using the largest piece. So you got to finish the hole with the largest piece of your ball. That is absolutely absurd. That's not even
so
fun.
stupid.
That's
No.
not even fun.
Yeah, but these are people who are wearing knickers and playing with Hickory
hickories,
clubs. So like
Hey.
they've got a different mindset than we do.
This Hickory thing is making a comeback.
It's
by the
coming
way.
back.
That's starting to become a big thing. I would not be shocked if we did not have a PGA Hickory tournament before long, an actual Hickory tournament, like a charity thing before long. That is making a comeback. We may have a guest on soon who is big into the Hickories. I'm going to keep that a secret. I've been talking kind of on the
Yep.
side. So
I like it.
I'll got a pretty big name in the golf industry that is big on hickories. Hopefully we'll have him on very soon. I'll keep y'all posted on that. So that might be kind of fun once just to go do for the experience.
Mhm.
But if you break your ball, you got to finish out with the
That's
biggest
just
piece.
stupid. Why not just let them play with regular balls? It's just to keep that from happening. But whatever.
If you're in it, you're in it. We don't
Yeah, that's
use
true.
Hickory clubs or Pro V ones.
That's true. You got to go. You got to hit the gutta percha.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, you knew what you were getting into.
What is
Gutta
that? I wonder. I gotta
You
look up.
got to
what
pay
that is.
cash. Surely they don't have like a register.
No,
or
you
a
got to
cart girl.
pay in gold doubloons. Yeah, exactly. So
Wow.
yeah, last one. The last one.
That's
is called-
fantastic.
last one's called Blast from the Past, and it
Mm-hmm.
says playing with half a ball might sound tough, but how about playing 18 holes with bombs going off around you at Richmond Club in Surrey, England? Among 7 rules in 1940 was this. So this is a former local rule that's obviously no longer around. Said a player whose stroke is affected by the simultaneous explosion of a bomb, they play another ball from the same place. Penalty 1 stroke. What?
What?
You still get a penalty? What? Are you kidding me?
How bad can your shot be with a bomb going off that you decide to replay it and,
Can I just
and
play
get a
it?
stroke? Yeah. I mean, if
Like-
you advanced it towards the hole at all, you pretty much.
When I see this, it reminds me. Did you guys see that tournament where Zach Johnson got scared because the guy that was on the boat passing by, they fired off like the cannon, like
Yeah.
right about the time he got ready
Yeah.
to putt, and he thought somebody had shot him.
I mean, it was loud. It was like ridiculously loud.
Even on television, it had to be loud, like right behind him. So,
Yeah.
but still, yeah, that bomb goes off during your downswing, and you're penalized for it. Come on, man.
That's if you want to take another. Well, obviously, if you want to take another shot. So let's say you shank it out of bounds or something like that. That would be a 2-shot, basically a 2-shot swing.
Yeah.
You could just drop right there and be done again. I guess no, it's not. I mean, it's the same thing.
Wow.
What's the point? Just play it, I guess.
Yeah.
So if you guys have any cool local rules or funny local rules that you've seen out there, let us know about it. This is something fun to talk about. That was a lot of fun. We broke it down, the whole list from the Golf Digest. If you've seen some stuff out there, DM us on Twitter, DM us on Instagram at Dadbod Golf Pod. You message on Facebook, Dadbod Golf Pod. Let us know, what's the craziest local rule that you've ever seen, and we'd love to discuss it. We'd love.
And
to
if it's just BS because it's somebody just coming up with something just to like we talked about earlier, marketing ploy.
Yeah, no animal rules. We don't know.
Yeah, you get to come see elephants down in Africa.
Yeah,
but not really. Like you're not going to see any, but if you do, you get free relief. No, it actually costs you a stroke. You got to play it as therefore thereof lies.
Yeah, I think it would be also fun to know, like some group, like we have the group Nate plays in has the phallic putter.
Yep.
Love to know some of our, like, your local game rules that you guys play. Like if you have some fun games or fun rules that you guys have, like whatever it may be, like after every birdie, you got to chug a beer or something like that. Whatever you guys do, let us know stuff like that too. We'll talk about that. That may be in the next show we do, talk about fun group rules or group bets or games and things like that. So we appreciate it. This is episode 41 of the Dadbod Golf Pod. We're still kicking, still having fun. So we appreciate you guys supporting us. We appreciate you guys listening. Rate, subscribe, and review on the Apple Podcast app. Send us voicemails. We have a phone number. Ben, do you have it up?
Or, I do not. Yeah, thanks
334-524
521-8307 dash VA period Virginia. 334-521-8307. You leave a message and we'll actually read that over the air if you want to, or dadbodgolfpod@gmail.com if you want to send us a message the old fashioned way, the old email way. We mentioned Swannies at the beginning because you got Kyle that is decked out in his hat and his shirt that matches. That is pretty fly. You can also look fly on the golf course when you putt, because Kyle will have that a little bit later on this afternoon when he's on the course with his Sweetrollz with a Z, sweetrollzgolf.com. And then, of course, if you enter the code, is it Dadbod20? Is that right?
Dadbod20. Take 20%
you get your 20% off and get that. And they have matching hats to go along with the putter grips. You better know that you cannot 3-putt if you have the matching hat and matching putter grip.
I don't think it's possible actually to do.
And if you will,
3-putt proof actually.
When you roll in the 6 and 8 footers, you need to do like Kyle did last time that we were out on the course, and you need to say Sweetrollz when it's halfway there.
With that hard Z at the end.
Yeah, with a hard Z, and roll and go ahead and do the tiger lift. Sweetrollz, and just go ahead and let it down.
It goes in every time.
Yep.
Thanks, guys. Catch us tomorrow. The only daily golf podcast out there. Fresh golf content every single day. The Dadbod Golf Pod.
Always stroking.